Introduce Guido Marighi Buitoni to the stage. He heads global digital for Sanofi's customer healthcare platform. So without further ado, I'd like to give a big warm welcome for him.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here today. This is a very exciting event, so I'm very happy to be here. So I wanted to give you like a little bit of a highlight of what are we doing as a company with Plug and Play and with the startups in order for you guys to understand and put things in context and maybe learn from our experience. So we started the partnership with Plug and Play back in January this year. We were one of the founding partners of Startup Creasphere, which is a digital health accelerator in Munich, Germany. So this was our first foray in the digital health environment, with startups. So it was a pretty big deal for us. The objective was to accelerate our digital health innovation in a very strategic fashion and also in a controlled environment with a maximum opportunity of succeeding. And I must say that the results have been quite impressive so far. We are working or have worked with a total of 9 different startups on specific business challenges that we had previously identified and prioritized. And the journey has been quite amazing for us in terms of discovery and in terms of learning about different ways of working. So we are now here today to kind of open a new chapter of the partnership with Plug and Play by creating an opportunity here in the region to collaborate with local startups. And so this is the reason why we came here as a group and why we're so excited. I wanted to give you maybe a little bit of overview of who we are as a company, to understand where we're coming from. We are a diversified pharma company based in Paris, France, and we have a long history, and we're quite successful at what we do. But honestly, digital was not part of our core capabilities. Our team represents the consumer healthcare global business unit. We have 5 global business units, and we realized that being at the forefront of the consumer relationship with, we are more exposed to the demands, and we are more eager to be proactive and provide the right solution to the consumer. So this is why we moved quite aggressively in this space. And in general, our objective is to be the best in our industry and to be able to sustainably grow above market, creating value for our consumers in a very purposeful way. So this is what we aim to achieve. And digital is playing a bigger role in this, because of course today's consumers are very demanding, as you know well. So we need to be meeting their expectations. We're organized along 4 different categories. So one of them is pain, the other digestive health, the other one is cough and cold and allergy, and the last one is nutritional health. So we're organized in this way. We have a global presence, so we're also quite big and very well represented in this part of the world. So our goal in the partnership with Plug and Play is to really cover the footprint of the categories and the footprint of geographic footprint in the best possible way. Why have we chosen Plug and Play? So I think it's quite obvious, but there are 2 reasons. One is the fact that they are one of the largest and most established digital and tech accelerator in the world with a global footprint, which was very important to us. But perhaps even more importantly was the track record and the expertise of partnering between corporations and startups. This is the area that was most important to us because, as I said, our intimacy with the startup environment was not very high, so we needed to have a partner that was able to take us by the hand and really make us discover this space and find the most effective way of collaborating. So far, the experience has been fantastic, so we're very happy of the first 10 months of the collaboration. And now we're moving, as I said, to the next chapter, by coming here in Singapore, we have already identified a startup which is here today, which is called WellTech, and we're starting, very soon, I think in the next few weeks, to work together. And the objective is to target a very specific, condition that, many of us probably suffer, which is stress. As you know, stress is a very widely, unfortunately, very common, situation that, then generates a lot of, possible other conditions. And the objective of the partnership with the startup is to do two things. One is to support the consumers in their diagnostic of the stress condition, and the other one is to propose to the consumer, in real time, behavioral nudges and recommendations in order to manage, the stress in the best possible way. And what we really like about the solution that, we're going to be bringing to market together is about, this personalization of the recommendations, which we feel is at the core of the digital health transformation. So we feel that, the personalization element is absolutely strategic and potentially transformational for our industry. This is why we're putting so much emphasis in this project. So we see the opportunity of value creation, both for the consumer and for the companies, brought about by the digital transformation. On the other hand, we realize that being a very traditional and established company, we have a lot of legacy. So we feel very invested in really transforming our organization to make us fit for this new environment. We started reshaping our business, quite aggressively in the past 18 months. And so far, we've done, a number of things which are bringing us, closer and closer to our goal. And we feel that, we could be one of the front runners, of the digital health revolution, in the next few years. One of the key focus for us of the digital health innovation is bringing more concrete solutions to the consumer, especially when it comes to the expectation of the consumer to have beyond-the-pill solutions, which complement the traditional drug, which we have been doing, for many years as a pharma company. We feel that in order to do that, we need to be able to understand and anticipate the needs of the consumer, providing the solutions that they expect, and also be able to have a dialogue and a communication and a relationship with the consumer, which is very personal and very individual. All these things, of course, are not easy to pull off at scale, and so we need to start small and then, learn as we go and, scale as soon as we can. The startups have a precise role in this to help us accelerate and go much faster than we would do alone. So for us, it's a non-negotiable condition, to really have find and work with the right startups. The startups that we screen and we meet thanks to Plug and Play, typically, we're looking at two conditions that they need to have. One is the ability to provide groundbreaking but very consumer-centric innovation that is absolutely critical. And the second is to have a mindset which is extremely agile and open-minded, which makes it easier for them to collaborate with a large corporation, which is not always the easiest thing to do. So we're really looking at these two conditions. And in terms of outputs and outcomes of the proof of concept that we're building, one of them is obvious, of course, going to marketing and being able to successfully, bring these products. But the other one is probably less obvious, and I wanted to mention this, is the satisfaction of the team. So the core team that's working on the project, which is composed both by Sanofi people and the startup team members, needs to have a high net promoter score. And so they need to be happy about the experience and recommending it to the other people in the company or within the startup community. And we are very keen on that because, of course, we want the experience to be positive in order to evangelize, this approach within the corporation, and we consider this a critical part of the enablement that we're doing, on digital. So now today we're in Singapore to launch, this new phase of our journey. We want to take the opportunity to thank again Plug and Play for being such an exceptional partner for this in this journey, which is so critical for us, and also, wishing good luck to the team that's going to be working, startup team and Sanofi team on this project in the next few months. So thank you so much, and have a good day, everyone.